What's good, HHSB crew? It is your boy, the Hypehead Sneaker Beast, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. So today we are going to be talking about how to cop the Travis Scott Air Max 1. As you guys can see, I have had some success copying Travis Scott, so I want to make sure you guys know exactly what I do to win all of my pairs. If you guys are ready to go ahead and get into this video, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now for more sneaker content just like this. If you guys are ready to do it, let's get into it. Look. You up. You up. So we are back. I do want to say first things first that the Air Max 1 Travis Scott is slated to be a sneakers pass for the Houston region only, but that does not mean that it will not open up at some point to some other places, and we are expecting to see that official release take place on December 6th. Now that is just over a month away, so you do have some time, but I definitely want to make sure that you guys know exactly what to do and where to go to actually cop this pair. Now, as of now, we know for a fact that they will be releasing on the SNKRS app. But as you guys know, Travis Scott definitely gives us more than one opportunity to cop a pair. You will also be able to cop this pair on the shop.travisscott.com website. That is where he does all of his releases on his website. There's probably gonna be some merch to go along with that. And I know a lot of times people really skip out on the merch just because they don't think that they're gonna want it, but then when you see it in hand, it's very good quality merchandise. It does take quite a bit of time to come in, sometimes 6 to 8 weeks to actually receive whatever you order, but when you get it, it is very good quality. It is not like a Gildan tee or something like that. It is definitely a good quality t-shirt, and your sweaters and long sleeves are really premium. So I always make sure to try to cop some sort of merch for myself and also for a giveaway for you guys. So of course, you guys already know if there's some merch available, I will be copping some and doing a giveaway for you guys, because that's just what the Hypehead does. And for you guys being crew members, you're definitely gonna get a chance to get some Travis Scott merch. So if you guys are new to this and you don't really know about copying sneakers on the SNKRS app, I do want to tell you guys that you do absolutely have to download the SNKRS app. So that's the first thing that you're gonna wanna do. You're gonna wanna download the SNKRS app and create an account. Now, if you have other family members in your household who have cell phones, it is always the best strategy to get them to actually create SNKRS accounts also. Now, you wanna make sure that all the information is completely different. None of the same names, none of the same emails, and if you can, not the same card. But I think that's something that you can at least do for a couple of accounts. It's not something you want to do for 20 or 30, but up to 5, I would say, it's probably okay. You probably won't get flagged as a bot, but if you can definitely switch up as many cards as possible for as many accounts as possible, that is probably the most ideal. So first things first, you're gonna wanna go ahead and create your account. And if you have an opportunity to ask family members in your household or even outside of your household to create SNKRS accounts, that is the best and most effective way to do this without owning a bot yourself. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is actually get into the app and just familiarize yourself with the app. You're gonna wanna set up all of your shipping information, all of your payment information to make sure that it is correct. So on drop day, you are not fumbling around trying to figure out which card you're gonna use. If your address isn't saved properly, you're gonna wanna do all of that stuff now. And I know it's over a month away, but I think it is the perfect time to make sure that everything in the app is correct. If you're an avid user of the SNKRS app, then obviously none of this applies to you. This is for new users and people who really don't know where to cop Travis Scott's. I mean, there are still people who don't know how to cop or where to cop Travis Scott's, and they want them, so this video is for them. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you are active in the app. And when I say active in the app, I mean physically opening the app, going through, familiarizing yourself, looking at different pairs of shoes. And one of the things that I always do is, even if I don't necessarily like the shoe, is I heart everything. I like every shoe, or I at least like a couple of different pairs, just to show that, hey, I'm interested in that, even if I'm really not. I share the pairs with a couple of different people, a couple of different contacts in my phone, just to look like, hey, he's active, he's interested in this pair, he shared it, he liked it, maybe we'll give him a bone on it. So one of the things I do is I'm very active in that way, but then I'm also active in watching a lot of the different videos that they actually have on the app. Now, if you look at the Discover button on the Sneakers app, typically you find things like what you got inside the vault, the icon series. There's a lot of different things that you can watch to familiarize yourself with exactly how Nike creates pairs, and they really do team up with a lot of different kit collectors and show a lot of their different collections. So that's quite a bit of time that you can spend watching those videos. Even if you don't watch them, I always turn them on, turn my screen brightness down, flip the phone over, and just kind of let them play, just so it looks like I'm actually watching videos and I'm actually active in the app. Now, I have had quite a bit of success in the Sneakers app, and my family members have had quite a bit of success in the Sneakers app. Just recently, I hit exclusive access for the Nike Sakai Undercover Night Maroon and Team Royal pair, and I hit for the Travis Scotts in the app. I hit for, the Travis Scott 6s in the app. I hit for the Off-Whites in the app. Most of everything that I have, I have hit for retail outside of the I'm on my year 3s, which I did purchase resell. But everything else you see in my collection was top for retail, and that's either on my account, my wife's account, or my son's account. So it does help to have people in your family that do, or even friends, if you can trust them, if you can trust your friends, it is definitely cool to have other people who do have other accounts that you can use. Other thing that I think is a little bit more of a superstition of mine is I never go on Wi-Fi. Sometimes I just turn my Wi-Fi off and I enter all draws on no Wi-Fi. For some reason, I feel like it kind of disconnects you from everything, and you're able to just go off of, your actual phone's 5G LTE. So it to me seems like it's a little bit more stable. Your Wi-Fi sometimes, a lot of different people are on your Wi-Fi. It's a lot slower sometimes. So I don't know if that really makes any sense. I'm not saying that it does. I'm just saying that that's what I do to try to hit, and I've had some success. I have hit with my Wi-Fi on. I won't say that I haven't, but a lot of times I do turn it off and I go no Wi-Fi. Other thing that I do on all drops is typically I completely close the Nike Sneakers app, I restart my phone, and I turn it back on. Again, probably more superstition in fact, but it's something that I do quite often, and I have had success with it, so I stick with it. I don't change anything. I do the same thing every drop. I usually restart my phone about 10 minutes before the drop, and I close all apps. No apps should be open when you are using the Sneakers app. So if you have apps open, close them all, close them out, restart your phone, reopen the app, and then go from there. I never run apps when I'm using the Sneakers app. That's probably gonna do it for the Sneakers app. I know that I've even heard some people say that if you live closer to a city, like if you live closer, I'm in Illinois, I'm right outside of Chicago, I'm not in Chicago, but I hear a lot of times if you're actually in the city, you have a better chance of hitting. So a lot of people I know, sometimes they take a drive a little bit and they sit in a Starbucks if they know they're gonna get a drop. I know it sounds excessive. I'm not saying that it doesn't. I have heard this before, and people just try to get a little closer to the city so they have a better chance of copping the pair that they want. That's not something that I do. It is just something that I've heard. Moving on to shop.traviscott.com. Now, the reason why I always say shop.traviscott.com is because I've heard people go to traviscott.com and they sit on that homepage forever waiting for it to switch over, and they never actually click the shop button right in the top right hand corner. There's tour, there's shop, and there's some other information on there, but you want to make sure that you actually click the shop button so it actually goes to his merchandise and sneakers that are available. I have done this myself. In the beginning, I sat there waiting for a drop to happen, and I never saw anything, and then I found out that I was supposed to hit that shop button, and then I was able to do it. Again, it's not common sense to everyone, guys. A lot of people have never done this before, and they've seen Travis Scott's and they want them, and they don't know how to do it. So I want to make sure that I cover everything as if you've never seen it before. The same thing is going to go for the shop.traviscott.com website as it goes for the sneakers app. Now, they will always tell you that multiple entries will be automatically removed. So that means you will not make it to the next step of being able to purchase the shoe if you are selected, if you have multiple entries. So at this point, what you want to do is you want to make sure that those same people in your family enter on shop.traviscott.com as well, and make sure that none of your information is the same. The address is the one thing that kind of has to be the same. And I know that there's a lot of different opinions on whether jigging your address is okay or if it's still gonna get flagged as bot activity. And when I say jigging your address, I mean if you live at 100 North Avenue, if you type in 100, or if you type out the word 100, that's a jig. If you type in the entire word avenue, or if you just type AVE, that's also a jig. So what I'm saying is, some people say that you can still get flagged for bot activity by doing that, and some people think that it's okay. I do kind of tend to go with jigging the address sometimes, just because you can send it to your friend's house, you can send it to a neighbor's house or something like that, if you're cool with your neighbors, if that makes you more comfortable to do that. But the only thing is just making sure the name and the emails and the phone numbers and all that stuff are completely different. So you want to make sure that if you're going to enter entries, you want to make sure that all of that information is different. And that one is really simple. That's all you're gonna have to do on the shop.traviscott.com website. To wrap it up, I did talk to you guys about how to enter on Sneakers app. The small and short is making sure that you actually have a Sneakers app account, and if you have family and friends, make sure you guys actually go ahead and create a bunch of different accounts and make sure that information is as different as possible. If it's the same, you're probably gonna be flagged for bot activity. A lot of those little different things that I do, like no Wi-Fi, turning off the app and restarting the app, closing out all of my apps, running, are just kind of personal preference things. But if you guys want to try it, I definitely say go ahead and give it a shot. Shop.traviscott.com. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to enter all of your information, and then enter any other information for your family members. If they're not present, you can do it for themselves, but just make sure that that information is different. So I hope you guys learned something today. I do some things a little bit differently than other people do. You'll see a lot of other people do different things, but I hope you guys learned something today. If you guys are already familiar with this, I apologize for putting you through that again, but I definitely wanted to explain this to people who have never done this before, or people who just aren't familiar with all the different apps. And I don't really see that there's any raffles or anything like that going on right now. I'm sure that there may be some raffles taking place. I'm sure closer to drop date, we'll start to see a little bit more raffles, and where you can actually enter other raffles to win yourself a pair of these as well. Now, there's 2 pairs dropping on December 16th. I will be going for both of those, the Baroque Brown and the Saturn Gold. Saturn Gold is the pair that I want. Now, I know everyone is really interested in that Baroque Brown, but that Saturn Gold is just calling my name. I have to have that pair, and I hope I get it. I hope I get both, but hey, if I don't, I'm all good. So that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now for more sneaker content like this. Make sure you guys actually turn on the notification bell so you get all of the videos when I drop them, and run up the like button. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate all the support. Until next time, it is your boy, the Hypehead Sneaker Beast. I'm go.